My name is Doris Baker, and I'm telling my quilt story at Maine Quilts 2018 in Augusta, Maine on Thursday, July 26, 2018. I have a little twist. My name is now Doris Baker Bedford. This is a quilt that I started 18 years ago. I was a fairly new quilter at the time, and I've always wanted to make a quilt totally by hand. Diana Gallagher of Pickering Farms in Richmond, New Hampshire, belonged to the Keene Guild at the time, and I did as well because I lived in Western Mass. And she was going to be teaching a block of the month called Baltimore Houses. She designed this pattern. So I signed up, and this was supposed to be a one-year quilt. Well, living in the area where we live, we got many a snowstorm. So there were many cancellations. Now, that was fine. So this quilt ended up taking us approximately 1.5 to 2 years to finish. I had all my blocks done, and I had started working on the border. Borders it's completely by hand, but the border's a hand piece as well as applique. During that time, my late husband had a home accident. He fell down the stairs, and he only lived 10 days and passed away. I did not do any quilting for probably a solid year, if not a little bit longer than that. And during that time, I did something I wasn't supposed to do. You always hear, don't make any major decisions in your life within the first year. Well, we vacationed in Maine every year in Ocean Park, Maine, and I had many happy memories. So while visiting a friend up here, and I looked at some houses, and I bought a house with a contingency that I had 6 months before closing. Went back home, got my house prepared, put it on the market. It sold in 8 days. I had a contingency that they were not able to move into my home until the home up here in Maine was ready. So about 3 months after moving to Maine, I picked up the quilt and I finished the border, and I thought, well, this quilt is done. Now I have carpal tunnel. Okay. Colleen Pinchard of Gardner, Mass., who has since passed away, did custom quilting. Colleen was the only one that I would trust to quilt my otherwise completely by hand quilt. This will be passed on to my daughter, Susan Magnotti Hunter, when I am no longer walking on this earth. And that's my quilt story.